Hello and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick'em plays for Thursday, April 24th, 2025. My goodness, time is flying. How are we already on Thursday? How is it already April 24th? I thought it was, if you would have asked me last week, I would have told you it's 2021. Time has been flying, especially right now during playoff season. All these NBA, NHL games are so good. We've got baseball basically all day long. We got tennis going everywhere, left and right. It has been quite a year for sports, quite a week for sports. These playoff games in the two major NBA and NHL have been awesome. So many tight games in the NHL. We've got some good NBA series brewing there. So lots of picks to get to today. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, if you've never played a pick'em, if you're more of like a sports betting person or a fantasy sports person, try Underdog Fantasy and Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. You basically just choose different stat areas, and you project if a player's going to go higher or lower. You got to have two or more to create a lineup. You probably already know that you're watching this show, but hey, every once in a while, new people tune in and they're like, "What are you talking about? What is Underdog?" So Underdog is basically fantasy projections, and you can make picks if you sign up in your new member. Use promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG, at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. That is one word, no space there, just Daily Dog on UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. You're hopefully going to be out there, winning money, but it's a lot easier to win money if you've got some extra money in your pocket or in your virtual account on there to play with. If you load with 2,000, you'll get 1,000 for free. That's as good as it gets. Or if you are, if you want to put 100 on there, you get 50 for free, $10, 5 for free, whatever. You don't have to go big. No, it doesn't matter, how much money you want to play with. Everyone's comfortable with a different thing, but put as much as you want on there and get 50% free with promo code DailyDog. All right, without further ado, that was quite the preamble. Let's get into our entries for today. MLB entry number one. I'm going to start MLB, then go NBA, then NHL, then do my pitchers picks, then the lotto, and then the Dong squad, closing it out per usual. MLB entry number one, we're going to go with James Wood, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs versus Cade, and the Orioles. Here's the thing. I don't think Povich is all that great. He's kind of pitched better than I think his projection, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, I do like James Wood to get it done versus the Orioles here. The dude's on fire. The guy's been hitting home runs. The guy's running base well. He's getting contact. James Wood is a star in this league in the making. He's off to a good start. Let's see if he continues that. Speaking of stars in the making, Tyler Soderstrom of the Athletics, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in here. They're going against Jacob deGrom, a little bit scary. deGrom isn't Cy Young form quite yet. He's only on one with 3.22, 3.32 ERA on the year. He's going to be fine. I'm just saying he's not as dominant as he has been, in some of these other years. So that's why I'm taking Soderstrom here. He's off to a hot start. Maybe slowed down a little bit he's not quite hitting home runs like he did earlier in the year when he was just crushing them, but he does have 6 on the year. Last night he had 1 hit, 2 runs. That hit was a double. He also got walked, so he's getting on base. I think that he's going to be fine. After a 3-game hitless streak, he got back on the base paths with hits yesterday. So Soderstrom higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. James Wood higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, 3.11x multiplier. Next, we're going to go with a tough one to speculate on, which is Tyler O'Neill higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I say that because Tyler O'Neill is a guy who has just been striking out a ton lately. I think he can get it done, though, against Mackenzie Gore. Gore is a hot and cold pitcher for the Orioles' sake. They've lost every game in the series. They've lost three in a row. It's time to kind of batten down the hatches and make a play. So give me Tyler O'Neill to get something done here. The guy has only got 2 home runs on the year. Or wait, no, wait. Yeah, he's only got 2 home runs on the year, and one of them was on opening day, so he's been a little bit slow. He did get an RBI yesterday. He needs to get on base because that someone will drive him in. A home run would be nice, though, because that would, spoiler alert, check out the Dong squad. And then I'm taking Bryan Reynolds, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs versus Tyler Anderson. I think Tyler Anderson is one of the most underrated pitchers in Major League Baseball. He's very effective. He doesn't do it with sexiness. He doesn't have high heat or anything like that, but he does get a lot of wins. So give me Bryan Reynolds to get. It sounds like that doesn't make any sense because I'm talking about how good Tyler Anderson is. Bryan Reynolds has been very good historically against Tyler Anderson, is my point. It's not the hugest sample size we've ever seen, but in 6 at-bats, he's got 4 hits. He's got a double. He's got a home run. I think Bryan Reynolds is going to be just fine in this matchup. 3.21x multiplier if Tyler O'Neill and Bryan Reynolds each have higher than 1.5 hits plus 1 runs plus RBIs. NBA entry number 1, Cade Cunningham, higher than 28.5 points. Told you guys many times, this guy is a star in the making. He's a star to me. And I think at home in front of this Detroit crowd, that's going to be crazy. I think that the Pistons are going to win, and I think Cade Cunningham's going to go for 30 plus. So higher than 28.5 points here, no problem. Speaking of stars, let's go Kawhi Leonard, higher than 25.5 points at home at the Intuit Dome in SoCal. Kawhi has been awesome this postseason. He's been awesome since he's been fully healthy this year. I don't know if people have noticed, but Kawhi is a huge difference maker. So give me Kawhi Leonard higher than 25.5 points. That is a 3x multiplier. NBA entry number 2, I'm taking a lower. John Morant, lower than 24.5 points against the Thunder. How many points do you think home court's worth for him? Maybe 2, 3? I mean, he's struggling to score 20 over 20 on the road. So give me lower than 24.5 for John Morant. I just don't think that he's got the gumption. I mean, is that the right word? I just don't think that he is a playoff player. I don't think he's a big time winner yet. He could be later in his career, but right now, I don't have confidence in him like I do some of these other stars. So lower than 24.5 points for him. And then I'm going back to the well with Nikola Jokic, higher than 9.5 assists. The dude does this all the time. I mean, I don't know why we're getting plus an enhanced multiplier with Nikola Jokic higher than 9.5 assists. I know it's a road game, but again, the man gets helpers left and right. 3.15x multiplier on those two. All right, NHL entry number 1. We are going to go with Sam Reinhart, higher than 0.5 points against the Lightning. I expect a little bit of a lower scoring game than what we saw in game 1 because that was just ridiculous. 6-2, I believe, was the final score in that one. But that being said, if there's points scored, 2 goals for this team, Reinhart is going to have a piece of one of them. He's either going to score it or he's going to get an assist. That's just how the nature of this offensive beast works for the Florida Panthers. Pairing that with Robert Thomas, higher than 0.5 assists. Blues at home, Robert Thomas, great assist man. I think the Blues are going to be really competitive at home. I think the barn in St. Louis is going to be exciting. Give me Robert Thomas higher than 0.5 assists. This is a 2.58x multiplier, a little bit more conservative there, but we'll make up for that on the next one, which is a little bit of an enhanced multiplier. Sam Reinhart, I just said that. Kirill Kaprizov, higher than 0.5 assists for the Wild as they host the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't think the Golden Knights are going to look great in this spot. I think the Wild are ready for this. They're going to be, it's a hockey town. They're going to be excited. Give me Kirill Kaprizov higher than 0.5 assists. Pairing that with Auston Matthews on the road, higher than 0.5 assists. Flat multiplier here. I know that it's a road game versus Senators. Senators are going to be tough. It's going to be a wild environment. They're all going to be wild environments, but Auston Matthews is an elite player, higher than 0.5 assists with him. With Kirill Kaprizov is a 3.15x multiplier. Pitchers number 1, Cade Povich plus Mackenzie Gore, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. 1, Orioles need to get off the bat. They need to put pressure on Gore early. And 2, I think Cade Povich is definitely hittable for James Wood in the top of this order for the Nationals. Then Jacob deGrom and JT Ginn, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I think deGrom is going to start fine. It's when we get later innings where I worry about him a little bit. And then JT Ginn having a nice season. And then this offense for the Rangers has not been elite. 2.76x multiplier there. Pitchers number 2, Carmen Mlodzinski plus Tyler Anderson, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I just think Mlodzinski is going to get one up, to be honest. So I think that is worth a hit, or worth a shot there. And Anderson could, be fallible early. As I said, Bryan Reynolds has been good against him in the past. And also O'Neal Cruz is going to be faced in the first inning, which is never a fun prospect for anybody. Pitchers, number 2, then I'm going to go Drew Rasmussen and Corbin Burns, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Offensively, we've seen some dominance out of the out of the Athletics lately, but hey, the Rays were hitting well yesterday as well. That being said, I think that Rasmussen and Burns are going to be just fine in the first inning here. So 2.7x, no first inning runs allowed for Rasmussen and Burns. Yes, in Mlodzinski versus Anderson, 2.7x multiplier on that one. Lotto entry number 1, Carmen Mlodzinski, first earned run allowed. That means we need Tyler Anderson to, keep the Pirates off the board in the first inning. That is ideal. Then we're going to go Jordan Kyrou, higher than 0.5 goals for the Blues in St. Louis in that playoff game against the Jets. James Harden, alt over, higher than 11.5 assists. I think that James Harden is going to get it done here for the Clippers. He's going to be assisting Kawhi and Zubac left and right. Then Aiden Hill, higher than 2.5 goals against up in Minnesota. I think the VGK goaltender is in for a tough night. 24.97x, but I recommend flexing these. Flex it, you get 14.98x / 3.74x. That is the Lotto entry for you. Dong Squad, Tyler O'Neill, higher than 0.5 home runs. Lawrence Butler, higher than 0.5 home runs. Mike Trout, higher than 0.5 home runs. Tyler O'Neill, as I said, I think he's going to be just fine against Mackenzie Gore, who's going to try to beat him with some fastballs. I don't think that's a good idea. Lawrence Butler, lefty versus DeGrom. I like that. Lawrence Butler, home runs in back-to-back games. Why stop now? He's going to have a chance to get one here. Mike Trout slowed down a little bit, but against Mlodzinski, it's a good chance for him to speed back up. 94.66x multiplier. Flex it, 47.33x. If it goes 3 for 3, 7.44x. If it goes 2 out of 3, flex these. We hit a flex on one of these 2 out of 3 a couple days ago. It's still paying for these entries. So good luck on your picks. That's all I got for you today. Let's make some money.